Hey everybody, Backpack Hack here, coming at you with another trail tip, and I'm going to start off a new series of videos of budget prep items. These are items that you can buy if you're on a budget. I'm going to break them down to either $5, $10, or $20 items, roughly in those price ranges of durable goods that you can buy. Now I'm not going to be getting into food or anything perishable like that, but these are items that you can buy for around $5, $10 or $20 depending on your budget and depending on what your needs are, depending on what you are wanting to squirrel away. And these are things, like I say, they're not going to be food. They're going to be items that you can buy and you'll probably have them for the rest of your life unless you screw them up. So let's get started, shall we? Number one, an emergency blanket or space blanket. This is basically a metallized sheet of some sort of material. It's like Mylar, and you see them all the time in the stores. This one is from Walmart. It's $3.97, and I'll put a link to all these items in the description below where you can buy them if they are available either online or in a store. This came in a cardboard box. I took it out, I put it in a vacuum seal bag because this is what sits in my bug out bag. I carry this in my bug out bag just like this. So emergency blanket, $4. Next up, hand warmers. You can buy a box of 10 of these for $5 at Walmart. Again, I'll put the description down below. These are simple chemical packs that you can activate and keep your hands warm. Again, these are what I have in my bug out bag. I keep a couple of them in my bug out bag at all times, and they're great for camping and generally just to have around the house in case the power goes out. Next up, paper and pen, or paper and pencil if you want to. And these types of little notepads are great to set in your pocket. They're perfect size. I carry one of these all the time along with a marking instrument of some sort, usually a pen and a pencil. But I'm not going to show you where you can get these because you can buy these at just about any store. I mean, you can go to Walgreens, Walmart, any store, even gas stations will sell things like this. And you can probably pick up some basic notepads and pens for $5 for a pack of 2 or 3 of these and a pack of 4 or 5 of these, maybe for $5. So I'm not going to put a link to those. They're so ubiquitous. Playing cards. Now you probably don't think of playing cards as a prep item, but number one, if the lights are out and you've got nothing but a candle or a flashlight or an oil lantern, maybe to pass a little time, you can play some cards. You can also use them for a survival situation as well as backpacking, camping, and hiking. And I've got a link to the video up here and in the description below on how you can use playing cards in those situations. These you can probably find for about a couple bucks a deck in a dollar store, or if you want to get a good name brand, you're probably talking at most $5. Silverware. I'll put a link to a video I've already done on silverware up here in the top right of your video, as well as in the description below about my thoughts on silverware. This is the kit that I have in my bug out bag. I've got a knife, I've got a spoon, I've got a fork, and then I have a long spoon. So if I have to get into like a dehydrated meal or an MRE, I've got a long spoon to do that with. These were the 4 pieces, $2 at the local Goodwill store. Most of your thrift stores are going to have buckets of used silverware. And if you go through, you can find some really good bargains. Again, these 4 pieces, $2 whole. Another Goodwill or thrift store item. Bought water bottles. These were $1 a piece at a local store. These again are off my bug out bag. I carry an aluminum one and a clear plastic one. And I will, if you want to watch a video on why I have a clear plastic one, watch this video. I'll put it in the description below about why I have a clear water bottle. But these are the 2 water bottles I carry in my bug out bag. But they're great for camping, backpacking, hiking, camping, all these sorts of things, as well as storing small amounts of liquids. And I can pick these up all day, every day at the Goodwill store and the other local thrift stores for just $1 a piece. Again, aluminum and plastic. If you find the stainless steel ones, they're probably going to cost you a little bit more, but these were $1 a piece. Now this next $5 item, you're probably not going to believe me when I tell you it's only $5, but it is. And that is a 5-gallon food grade bucket. You can go to Home Depot and buy this for $4.76. So with tax, you're probably looking around $5. It doesn't come with a lid, so the lid is $1.76. Again, link in the description below. And these are $1.76. So with the bucket, you're probably talking about $7.5 for the 2 of them put together. 5-gallon food grade bucket for less than $10. Moving up into the $10 range. Number one, we have the Sunflair Water Pasteurization Indicator. This is a little device that is basically a little plastic tube with some wax in it that melts at a very specific temperature. The theory behind this is you put it in water, and as you heat it up, once it gets to, I think, 165 degrees Fahrenheit, the wax melts and drips to the other end of the tube, letting you know that the water has reached 165 degrees. You don't need to boil water to make it sterile. You just simply need to pasteurize it. We do it with billions of gallons of milk every year. We can do it with water as well. So a water pasteurization indicator for $10 from Sunflair Industries, link in the description below, to tell you how much heat to apply to water to pasteurize it can save you a gobs of fuel when you're trying to sterilize and purify water in an emergency situation. Paracord, 100 foot of it, $9 at a place called Board Paracord, link in the description below. They not only have black and just the solid colors like blue and green and red, but they've got all sorts of patterns too. But if you just need cordage, 100 foot of paracord for $9 is a good deal. Everybody needs to have at least a couple hundred feet of these, but if you just want to buy one of them at a time, you certainly can. But they also sell up to 1,000 foot spools, and that's really the economical way to buy it if you want to go for it. But for the purposes of this video, 100 foot, $9. Next up is nail clippers and tweezers. Every medical kit, every personal hygiene kit, every bug out bag, every first aid kit should at least have something like this in it. So you always have access to a pair of tweezers and a pair of nail clippers. I always carry two different sizes just for the convenience. This is called a Miracle Tip, and I love these because they are small, lightweight, and compact. And if need be, they are very sharp at the tip, and so if you have to go into the skin to get a splinter out, you can do that. And if I can remember to put this in the description below of a link to where you can find these, I think these are about $5 a piece. So between all three of them, you're probably talking about $10. A spare cell phone charger and a cord. If you look around, you can probably find both of them for about $10. It doesn't hurt to have extras around the house. Have one in your bug out bag, have one in your camping gear, what have you. Cell phone charger and cord, $10. Next up is my Heart Outdoor First Aid Kit. This was $13.50 at the local REI store. However, you could probably find it for around $10 on Amazon, eBay, someplace like that. This is a day hike kit. It does 2 people for 1 day. I don't know why it couldn't do 1 person for 2 days, but it was $13.50. This is the basis of my bug out bag first aid kit. I've got other things that I've added to it, but for the purposes of this video, we'll go with this first aid kit for $13.50. And finally, we have mouthwash, chapstick, a toothbrush with a cover, and I don't have one with me because I don't use them, but the little travel sizes of toothpaste. Again, a great camping item, great prep item for your bug out bag is to have an oral health care kit. And all these with the toothpaste will probably run you about $10. And finally, and the last of my $10 items is the ubiquitous ammo can. Now, ammo cans can be used for more than just ammo. This is my range can. I have hearing protection, and the hardware that if I go to shoot something at the range, I always grab this, regardless if I'm shooting long guns or handguns. I have a staple gun in here to put up targets with, and extra staples, sunscreen, things like that. Everything that I need to have fun at the range. Hearing protection, things like that. These you can pick up for somewhere as low as $8 or $9. If you get into the higher ones, you're probably talking about $15 or $20, but you can still buy one of these for around $10 if you look around. And like I said, you don't have to have just ammo in here. You can make a first aid kit in one of these. People put ham radios in them or turn them into just AM/FM radios. Boom boxes, literally. Lots of different uses for a standard ammo can. Moving into the $20 items, a manual can opener. You'd be surprised how many people do not have a manual can opener. I'm one of those that don't have an electric one. I have never owned an electric can opener. I've used them when I go visit somebody else's house, but a manual can opener is right there in my drawer. This one is a swing away. They're generally about $20 to $25. If you buy them new, you might be able to find them online for less. Along that same vein, The little military style P-type can openers, I generally see these at the gun show for $1 a piece. So for the same price as one of these, you can buy 15 or 20 of these and put in your bug out bag, your camping gear, just throw one in your drawer, have one in each of your vehicles, just in case you need to open a can for some reason. Very, very cheap and inexpensive. For $17.99, you can order one of these. This is an Etekcity portable backpacking camp stove, and this goes onto those propane butane canisters. This has got a self-igniter on it. It will ignite the fuel. It has a lot of different features. It rivals pretty much the Snow Peak, which I usually carry, but for not for backpacking, but for bug out purposes, this is the one I carry simply because it's so inexpensive and it works. However, if you want to, you can spend the money on a better stove like the Snow Peak, but for $18, I don't think you're going to find a much better value than the Etekcity camping and backpack stove. Water. You got to have water. Regardless of what you're prepping for, water is probably the #1 thing you're going to have to prep for. The easiest way to prep for water is to store it. This is the Reliance Aquatainer 7-gallon water container. They're $19.95 at my local REI store. I've got several of these already stored in a back room full of water. The water that's in here is going on 3 years. For $20, you can store 7 gallons of water. That will take care of one person with frugal use for a week, or if you want to splurge a little bit, half a week. But these are $20. Again, the link in the description below for a water container. And this is designed for holding water. It is a food grade plastic. And last but not least on the $20 list is toilet paper. Yeah, that's right. You'd be surprised how many people don't think to stock toilet paper. I have about 3 or 4 containers just like this in a back bedroom, so I grabbed one out just for this video. This is like $19.95 or $19.98 at my local Sam's Club. I'm sure Costco or similar stores would have something equivalent to this. $20, you've got tons of toilet paper, because you know when the excrement hits the rotary air movement device, you're going to need this. So head down to the store sometime when you got a few extra bucks, buy a package or 2 of this and squirrel it away, and don't wait till you get down to nothing to go buy more. When you crack open a new package, go buy another one so you've always got some toilet paper stocked up, because this stuff will save your butt. So with that, this is Backpack Hack. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share my videos. Be safe out there, and I'll see you out on the trail.